Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, Episode 1217. Basics of a marketing plan. These are the things you need to decide before you start selling your book. It helps to understand some of the stuff before you write your book so you can tweak it, nuance it, just so it's easier to find a market for that book. And if you're writing a series, you're even better off. It's hard to sell a single book because if you write just one book and that's it, you're not going to write another book. Well, then you need to become a marketer if you want to sell that book and make money off that one book. But most of us write because we love to write. So we continue to write, and that gives us more products and gives us more viability and make it easier to market, because I don't want to be a marketer. I want to be an author. So I write, and I use that volume of stories and other things I've learned in order to get those books into the right reader's hands. So what are the basics of a marketing plan? What is your target audience? This is critical. Genre equals marketing. So that book you're writing, where does it fit in the big scheme of readership? This is the people who will like your book. You have to understand that from the outset. You're writing your book. Are you throwing in crazy stuff just because you have these ideas that might not segue well with the readership? Don't kill the dog, things like that. So if you want to do stuff for shock value, that's cool, but understand, where does that readership exist? So you want the broadest readership. Think of the books that you've read, and as we always go back to books that we've read, hey, if it was a little bit different, it was like this, because that's our source material for our inspiration, for our creativity. We want to move forward with a good book. So you've got your good book. Who is going to read that good book? Well, I don't know, because I don't. You should have an idea because you read. And as a reader, let me take these off. That reflection's bugging me. As a reader, where do you find more books like that one? Boy, I loved the archaeologist fighting Nazis. Oh, okay. Indiana Jones. What books are like Indiana? That's how people search. So understanding that very basic element, and you don't have to be a marketer to understand that. You just have to understand the books, how books are written, and what tropes, those elements within the books that the readers are looking for. So you write your book, just do some research. It's not that hard to find, hey, here's books that are similar with these elements. Now, mine's completely different and unique. And of course it is, because you wrote it. But still, where are those readers looking for those kinds of stories? Now, what's the second element? What will the market bear? That's a hard question. That's a marketer kind of question. Brand is important. So for me, it's a lot easier to find a market and get that book out there because I already have a brand. I already have a lot of books. I already have a fairly big readership. But when you're just starting out, what is your brand? My brand is I'm a Midwestern girl who's looking for that flannel guy. Okay, hey, that flannel wearing guy. All right, you can fit right in. There's a great branding on that. What if you are something else? What if you are wearing chair clothes, Area 51? Okay, hey, I might be a sci-fi guy. All right, well, got me. Yeah, brand. Brand is something that you put out there. Brand is free. That's also important. What is your brand? Live to your brand. Now, you have to look at your budget in time or money. And I can say, and if you have time and money, you are in a golden spot to market your books. If you don't have money, well, then you have to invest the time. If you don't have the time, well, then you have to invest money. There's one or the other. If you don't have time or money, you're going to have a real hard time getting your book into readers' hands. However, you're going to find that you can trickle time into your business in order to get that book out there, in order to push it. I'm working a full-time job. I've got toddlers. Yes, that's fine. Then just understand, one book a year, one book every 2 years, and trickle them. And maybe this isn't your prime time to get that book into people's hands, but it is prime time to get your books written and out there, because you can always sell a good book. So you've written a book, but you don't have the time or money to market it now. Just understand, this may not be your time. So when it is your time, when you do have time, excuse me, time or money, then you can invest in your business and invest time or money. You can't just say, well, I don't have time or money, so I need this business to take off. So I will have time and money. That's hard. That's really hard. You can see the dichotomy in this relationship with your business on how you have to find those readers so you can get the money in order to buy yourself time. So what's your budget? If your budget is time, well, then you have to do different kind of marketing. You're going to have to do networking with other authors. You have to work with them. You have to work with readers, find readers, and that takes time. It takes time and incremental engagement. Ads and or promotions. Promotions are when you run a discounted book. You use paid newsletters. You use shotgun blasts of various things in order to put that book in front of the readers. It's a passive kind of approach. Here, hey, look, here's a bunch of books that are on sale. Ads, that's somebody is somewhere looking to buy something. An ad on Facebook, people are scrolling and you see all those sponsored ads. Okay, it annoys a lot of people, but if it's engaging, hey, I didn't know I was looking for this book, but I found it anyway. People go to Amazon to buy stuff. They aren't going to Amazon to just browse and not ever buy anything. No, they're going to Amazon to buy stuff. So when they see your book, that's ads. That's your advertising something at full price as opposed to having to discount it. And so ads versus promotions. Ads are less expensive short term, but more expensive long term. Promotions are one and done. You get that, you do a paid newsletter, you do a big shotgun blast, you get your book out there in front of as many people as possible. And then you look and watch, and the tail will drop down over time. Ads, you actually may see an incremental pickup over time. And then the ad will grow stale and you might have to start a new one. But ads, it could be $5 a day, $150 a month, but you can spend $150 in a day running promotions for paid newsletters. So what do you want to do? And this is your book. This is confidence in you, your brand, your story, and future stories that you haven't written yet, but you already have a pre-order for, or a way for readers to engage more long-term with you as an author. Do you want to maximize your conversion rate? Do you want to sell people who are ready to buy your book to the product page? Or do you want to just maximize eyeballs on that book and try to drag in new readers? You will, over the course of a career, do both. Maximize conversion rate, that helps you run ads because now, like Amazon, they will dial in, these kind of people buy this book. So they'll show that ad to more of those exact kinds of people. Maximize eyeballs. This is you're casting the net wide, hoping to drag in some new readers. So you will use both over time, but initially you have to decide which one you want to do. Conversion rate helps you because then Amazon and the distributors can dial in and say this readership, and that helps immensely. Maximize eyes. Your conversion rate is going to drop, and the conversion rate is important because that tells the distributor exactly this is it, and they will move your book up in priority. So it may be on the first page of Also Bots, which is free advertising. So there you go. You have to decide that up front. Basics that aren't so basic. All right, there you go. 9 minutes. Holy cow. All right. Basics of a marketing plan. Hopefully that helped. Peace, fellow humans. Sorry, Zeph, I didn't get to your question.